Hello everyone. So this session has keep on studying the trigonometry is regarding the angle. If the angle is the formula of the 2 times angle, 1/2 of the angle. Let's recall last time we learned about the summation and the division, summation and subtraction of the 2 angles of sine and cosine, right? Based on that one, I already approval, in fact, for the 2a, right, for the double angle. So let's first see all this. Okay, so sine 2a equals 2 sine a cosine a. Then cosine 2a equals to cosine a squared minus sine squared. I have to mention that if you know sine 2a, do you know cosine 2a? Of course you know, right? Because this is equals to 1 minus cosine 2a squared, right? So always remember, recall. Don't just learn a new thing and forget old thing, okay? And then cosine 2a, so already here, this just the transformation, but they are same. And this tangent 2a is 2 tangent a over 1 minus tangent a over a squared. But anyway, if you know sine 2a, which means you already know cosine 2a, right? If you know cosine 2a and sine 2a, definitely you already know tangent 2a. So only speaking, if you just need to know one, sine, cosine, tangent, you just need to know one. And then you can find others. But if you only know tangent, you cannot make sure. But only can have to be know is sine and cosine. And 1/2 is square of 1/2 equals to 1 plus the 1 plus cosine. This is cosine a, and the sine is 1. Observation here. 1/2 or here is in cosine, no sine anymore. Even in sine square, right? It's minus cosine. The difference is one is 1 minus cosine, one is 1. Another is 1 plus cosine, right? So for this one, I will prove to you the first one. I will prove you this one. Cosine. So we think about just think about we make that a, just make it easy, okay? Equals to b. So now what we want to find is what? We want to find is b, right? We want to find b, right? So right, am I right? Am I right? A equals to b, right? Now let's look at for this one, okay? We can use here, okay? So what this looks like. This is cosine, so okay, should be used this one, okay? So the cosine 2a here is like what? Cosine 2b, am I right? Square is equals to cosine b square minus sine b square, am I right? So yeah, and the cosine 2b is equals to what? Cosine 2b is equals to a. This same here is cosine a, right? Cosine a. Okay, so what we need to find is cosine b. Cosine b, right? Cosine b. So just think about cosine b is equal to what? The cosine b is equal to 1 minus what? 1 minus sine b square, right? And the minus minus will become minus 2. Am I right? So am I right? So okay. So since here we need to get the cosine b, so we will keep the cosine b. We change another form as cosine b squared minus, this can be changed 1, right? Minus the change plus, right? Cosine b squared. Okay, so this go to the 2 cosine b squared, right? And then 1 can move another side. So 1 plus cosine 2b and divided by 2. So exactly, right? Cosine b squared, and equals to what? 1 plus cosine 1 plus cosine a. A here is 2b, right? So let's just substitute 2b here. 2b is a, right? So this is equal to 1 plus cosine a over 2 is equals to what? Cosine a over 2 square. All right? So we got it here, right? Cosine over 2 square. So that's it. This is very easy to approve. And then I will give you another example to increasing your understanding. It's also, in fact, they have, this definitely is regarding what? This regarding half, right? Half. And I already give you sines 90, or I can write in some more better is sines pi over 2, right? So same as sine 90 degree equals to 1, right? So they ask you to find the sines 45 and cosine 45. So definitely this is regarding like what? It's regarding like double, right? 45 plus 45 is like 90, so like double. So sines like 2, right? And then what? Sine pi over 4 cosine pi over 4. Am I right? Am I right? Okay. But here you have we have two unknown, right? We have two unknown, so it's a little hard. Let's look at the other formula, okay? So here, we know sine A. So I want to find the cosine 2A. Cosine 2A is cosine 90, okay? So we can use this formula. Cosine 2A is 2 times cosine A squared minus 1. Okay, just remember this. So if we know sine 90, what's the cosine 90? Cosine 90 is equal to what? Equals to 1 minus sine 90, right? Degree. So of course square root. Yeah, right. So this is 1. 1 minus 1 is 0. So cosine 90 is 0. So remember, we already learned that cosine 90 is equal to what? Let me double check. As 2 cosine A minus 1, right? Okay, so it's equal to 2 times cosine square 45 minus 1. All right, so here is 0. It's 2 cosine 45 minus 1. Then move to 1. So cosine 45 is equals to 1/2 square root, right? Since you know cosine 45, definitely you know the sine, right? Sine 45 equals to 1 minus cosine 45 square root. All right, so this is what? 1 minus 1/2. So it's same, square root of 1/2, right? So thank you very much. Today we just discussed about the half angle and the double angle. And please do some exercise at your end, okay? Thank you very much for attending this session. Bye-bye.